Hey guys, it's August here, and welcome back to Let's Kill Time with Darkest Dungeon. So this is a really cool roguelike game that has an amazing aesthetic and some really neat ideas. It is one that I actually bought fairly recently in a sale, and I'd heard plenty about the game. People said it was awesome, but I never really got around to actually playing it. But when I did, I kind of fell in love. This game is really cool. The only really bad thing about it is that it is heavily involved with luck, so you can get screwed over really easily by things out of your control, but generally if you play the game smartly and make some good decisions, then you won't have to worry about that. But still, it's a thing you have to watch out for. Also, standard warning here, the game is still in early access. Some things you see now might not be in the final game, and there might be some new things that aren't here at the moment. Funnily enough, I actually was playing this earlier on, and I had these white boxes all over the screen, like characters with white boxes, and at one point the entire background was a white box. So hopefully that doesn't happen today, but we'll see. Anyway, these are my different files. Today I will be doing my Darkest Nightmares file, and let's get into it. So the really cool thing about this game, well, there's actually two cool things. Number one, the aesthetic of the game is really cool. It's got this really dark and depressing vibe about it. You're in this really bad looking town, right? And the whole idea is to go into dungeons and explore them and eventually find stuff to upgrade the town. And in the future, you get to explore the Darkest Dungeon itself, which as you can see is, go away, up here, but it's not available yet. They actually added the cove today, by the way, if you want to try it out for yourself. And yeah, you have different buildings here you can upgrade. For example, the guild allows you to upgrade combat skills. They're all there. The blacksmith is the weapon and armor. The tavern is stress relief. We'll get to stress later. The abbey is also stress relief. There's other things to do, quirks and diseases. And yeah, there's a bunch of stuff here you have to watch out for. So, what I'll be doing in today's episode is 2 dungeon explorations. One in the short dungeon and one in the medium dungeon. They're pretty similar to one another, but there are a couple of different mechanics. And yeah, I guess we'll go to it. So where should we go first? We have the ruins, the warrens, the weld, or the cove. That's a medium dungeon. That's medium. That's medium too. I guess the ruins it is. Now the ruins are often filled with skeletons and other unholy abominations. So for this I shall use... who should I use? I was going to use this guy, but he's currently unavailable. Where is he? Oh, that's right. Let's go back for a second. The sanatorium gets rid of quirks and diseases. This guy has a quirk where he keeps stealing items from me, so I had to put him in there for that, so we can't use him right now. So how about we use Mansell? This is a leper. These guys are very powerful, but have little defense, and they're mostly like the barbarian type of characters, I guess. Let's also throw in this guy, Easterny. He's a Hound Master. They have fairly low health, but really high damage. I guess we'll throw in Briaten too. She is an archer. And I'll throw in this chick as well. She is a Grave Robber. Grave Robbers do a lot of status effects. Alright, this is our party. Let's go. Get some food. We already have a dog biscuit here. And let's get a bunch of stuff. And let's head off. So the second cool thing about this game is that it has this really neat mechanic called sanity. Basically, as you play the game, your characters will lose sanity. And when they get to 100, they basically lose it entirely. They adopt one of a couple of negative things. Like, for example, they can be masochistic, or they can be paranoid. For example, masochistic people get attacked more often than other people. And paranoid people will yell at their teammates and cause them to have higher stress as well. But when you eventually get to 200 stress, then your character just dies outright. So you have to watch out for that. Speaking of stress, here it is down the bottom. These guys are okay, but our leper here is rather high. Maybe he'll lose it in this dungeon. Getting high stress is a really bad idea, but I'd like to show it off. Oh, traps already, damn it. 9 damage, that's unfortunate. I just realized this party is very low healing. Well, it has some individual healing. These guys here both can heal themselves. And my archer can heal other people, but not herself, so... that could be bad. Alright, nothing so far. This area is quite small, as you can see. Don't go in there. Hey, we found loot. That was one of the negative quirks. I guess this guy likes going into things. Yeah, injury, wounds, and torture. So if you run past one of these, there's a high chance you'll want to open it. I usually don't open those because they have a chance of closing into a guy and doing massive damage. More traps, holy shit. Once again, the guy who can't be healed.
In this place.
And, so you have to watch out for that as well. Still no fights. Okay, so our goal today is to do 100% of room battles. This up here, the little goblet, that is a room battle. So let's head that way. And there's also a battle coming up, you can see it on the map. Found some loot. Oh, an anti-venom, that's nice. And here we go, a bunch of skeletons. Now the battle system in this game is really cool. Each character's abilities only work in a specific spot, and only damage a specific spot. For example, this chick, her main thing is called Pick to the Face. This works in the first 3 positions, and can attack the first 3 positions of the enemy. This works in last 2, can attack the first 3. This works in last 3, can attack both the middle 2 at once. And yeah. It's a really neat little system. It's kind of like a position-based system. So you have to watch out for where your guys are, to what skills you want them to use. My leper guy here works great in the front row. My Houndmaster works pretty good in the front row too, so I want them both there. There are times when... oh shit, she's getting really hammered. Oh, let's hew these guys. Good job. There is some cases where the enemy can shift your movement around, or even some abilities that move yourself around. Like my Grave Robber here, she has an ability which, if she's in the 2 front rows, will push her back, but do massive damage to the enemy. So you can do some neat little things with that. And it is, in general, a pretty cool combat system. Although as for the luck in this game, because I mentioned there is some of it, this game does have critical hits. Both you and your enemy can get them. Also, you can get really, really screwed over by the enemy just attacking one person. It's very, very easy just to get screwed over by luck like that. Luckily, this fight's going pretty well. These 2 in the back are taking a bunch of damage, which is unfortunate. What's that? Medicinal herbs. Eliminate combat debuffs. Oh, that's nice. I don't really see myself using that, but still good to have. Another really cool mechanic about this game is the light system. There's other games like this. I'm trying to think of a good example. I guess maybe Risk of Rain. But as the torch gets lower, enemies become more difficult and drop better loot. So it's generally a good idea to keep the torch up if you want an easy dungeon, or keep it down if you want a harder dungeon. I generally like keeping it up, so yeah. Oh, spiders, oh god. Funny story. I actually did a test before this to see what my sound levels were like, and I rambled on about a bunch of shit like hating spiders, and I was gonna leave it in as like a bonus episode, but stupid me, I forgot to turn on my audio. So the game had audio, but I didn't, and it was dumb. I would have loved to keep that in. Yeah, it was seriously me just like rambling on about things I hate. Oh god, dodging, yep. Another mechanic which can go against you. As you can see here, there's actually accuracy base. So that's how likely it'll hit. And enemies also have dodging, so these guys have 13 dodging. So I guess that would mean this has a 52% chance to hit. Hit both and kill both. Nice. Lepers are really cool. In fact, on my other file that I have for this, I have one leper called Poignant, and he literally carried my team through a boss. It was awesome. When you go to 100 sanity, there is a very slim chance your character will get a positive buff instead. I'm trying to think of a good example of one. Oh, what is it called? Oh, I can't think of it, but basically it is like, oh, we're done.
But a victory nonetheless.
I guess there was only one room battle. Huh. Huh. Kind of weird considering there's more rooms down here. But yeah, there's like a slim chance your person would get a positive effect. And he got it, and seriously just wrecked everybody by himself. It was really cool. So now that we've finished that, we can actually leave whenever we want. Should I explore some more? I kind of want to. Let's heal up this guy first in the back. You can use food to heal. It's also a good idea to hang on to a lot of food anyway, because every now and then you'll get an event called hunger where your characters will want to eat. And if you don't have food, then they'll take a bunch of damage and stress from that. Stash heirlooms. Let's take that. Hunger. There we go. Eat up. Oh, here we have a bit of rubble. That's what I have the shovel for. If you come by one of those and don't have a shovel, then you have to knock it down by hand, and it can take a while. Alright, I actually don't think there's much else in the dungeon, so I guess we will leave then. Quest complete.
Room by room, hall by hall, we reclaim what is ours.
Get a bunch of loot as well as some quest rewards. And some heirlooms too. Heirlooms used to upgrade your town. And we get some positive buffs to these guys, nice. You can also get some negative buffs from that, so watch out for those.